I just found an Epstein file that describes in detail what is shown in a picture that's been redacted. Remember, as you read this, Republicans are actively saying this entire case is over and justice has been served. But the people who did this to an innocent human being are still not in prison. The image is at the top, as you can tell, completely blacked out, and you'll see why. But I'll include the file number so you can check this out yourself. It says the photo shows a girl, her face visible, who looks like a child with medium-length dark hair. Several white men are holding the girl's legs opened. Her parts are visible and gashed with blood coming out. In the photo's foreground, another man with a white shirt appears to be inserting something into her. A round imprinted symbol of some kind, maybe a brand, is visible on the girl's leg and the underside of her left thigh. Additionally, the girl's mouth looks bloody and her tongue is extended. There's a bruise mark under her left eye, as you can tell, absolutely terrible. Additionally, this paragraph right here is pretty disturbing as well. It talks about a time when a French modeling agency sent Epstein 12-year-old triplets. It also talks about a phone message slip referring to lessons from 2 8-year-olds and how Epstein thought the younger the girls, the better. But all those people in that picture who were doing unspeakable things to an innocent human being are living a lavish life, not in prison right now. And while this is happening, Republicans want us to think this whole case is over and justice has been served.
So this is an email from Howard Lutnick to Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, Howie.
December 19th, 2012.
And he said 2005?
Over 7 years since that alleged massage table walkout.
Wow.
Hi, Jeff. We are landing in St. Thomas early Saturday afternoon and planning to head over to St. Bart/Anguilla on Monday at some point. Where are you located? As in, what is the exact location for my captain? Does Sunday evening for dinner sound good? I have another couple, Michael and Mary Lerman, with me on my boat. This is the wildest part right here. And each of us has 4 children. Doesn't list their names. I want to point that out. He says 2 16s, 2 14s, a 13, a 12, an 11, and a 7-year-old. I remind you, this is 4 years after Jeffrey Epstein was convicted. How this guy has a job today is a disgrace. There is no room.
That's disgusting.
For nuance here.
No, that is disgusting.
Fired! Fired! I'm done with these fucking people. Fire this guy right now. What is your excuse? He's a liar. Neighbors with this dude. Claims he only ever met him once. Lived next to him for 20-some years.
That's crazy.
Proven liar. Advising the President of the United States every fucking day. I'm so done with these people.
Yeah,
I'm so fucking done with these people.
That is absolutely abhorrent.
I'm so fucking done with these people.
And I gotta fucking file taxes in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
What?
That one
That is disgusting.
and nothing will be done. That's the thing. He'll have a job.
That's
He'll have a job
so
today. He'll have a job
weird.
tomorrow. He'll have a job next week. He'll continue advising.
What is the conversation when he's like, "Hey, I'm about to email Jeff back. You're 4. What are their ages? What are their ages?" Oh God. What does that mean?
This is from June 6, 2011, from Tom Pritzker of the billionaire Pritzker family, one of the richest families in the world, to Jeffrey Epstein. I am in a remote valley of Afghanistan, and then in parentheses, it's my birthday wish. With boys with toys.
Oh my God.
Spent time with Petraeus, referring to General Petraeus, yesterday, and he loaned me a chopper. Actually 2, with 1 as a backup. Can't call till tomorrow. Now, I don't want to believe that means what I think it means, but we all know, it's been well documented in this studio by our friends who are Tier 1 operators in Afghanistan, what goes on in Afghanistan as it relates to young boys. Oh, dude. These people are just saying it on email.
We have some massive breaking news regarding the Epstein files. France has now opened an investigation as a result of the recent release. The Paris prosecutor's office has announced the creation of a special team of magistrates whose sole purpose is to analyze the file release and determine whether any crimes involving French nationals might have occurred, and they will be coordinating with other divisions of French law enforcement. And the specific goal of all of this is to open investigations where the evidence supports it. As part of this initiative, French prosecutors are also reopening the file on Jean-Luc Brunel, the former modeling executive long associated with Epstein. Brunel had been charged with raping minors before he was found dead in his Paris prison cell back in 2022. Authorities now say they are re-examining that case to extract any material that could be reused in a new investigative framework. In other words, prior evidence is now back under review. Prosecutors also confirmed they are looking into 3 specific new matters. One involves the reported appearance of senior diplomat Fabrice Aden in the DOJ document files. Another involves a complaint filed by a Swedish woman accusing model recruiter Daniel Syed of rape allegedly committed in France back in 1990. The third is a complaint against conductor Frederick Chaslin alleging sexual harassment back in 2016. Now, for my fellow Americans, I want to make a point of this. France has formed a team. They are reopening cases, assessing complaints, and publicly acknowledging the need to examine this material. Meanwhile, here in the U.S., we are still watching confusion, deflection, and headline distractions. In fact, just this evening, there was a report highlighting that people like Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, and Kurt Cobain were mentioned in the files. By the way, Marilyn died when Epstein was 8. Being mentioned, of course, is not the same as being implicated in a crime, but those headlines muddy the waters and blur the distinction between context and culpability. Other countries are building investigative frameworks, and we are protecting the perpetrators. As always, follow for updates. Drop your thoughts about this in the comments.
I eat. How old are you?
12.
Oh, okay. Only to 10.
That's good. That's good.
Children and pineapple.
Pancake is to have the consistency of young human flesh.
It's spongy, it has life to it.
You're with a guy with brightly colored undergarments, and you got soft human flesh in front of you. You're in a weird place.
I'm looking forward to this. This is really, really going to be great.
Being in traffic and people, adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials.
You know they eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true.
You believe that children are being abused by pedophiles in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. I sat there and I gave them the names. But they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
Hold up. Was Orlando Brown also getting tossed around on Epstein Island this entire time? Baby. I suggest you grab a chair for this one, because it's about to get really messy. Everything is really finally fitting. Brashear Gray, Orlando Brown, Aaron Carter, looks like they all went through this network. Orlando Brown had been speaking on this for decades. Like, he literally talked about that black eye throry, but no one believed him. And now with the Epstein files out, it really looks like he experienced everything firsthand. Allegedly, Orlando Brown was shipped off to Epstein's Island at 17. It was already known that he was played by these industry executives, but people still didn't fully understand just how messed up things were until his recent confession. And according to him, his supposed mental illness is actually a front to protect himself so the elites wouldn't end his life. Orlando first spoke on Epstein all the way back in 2022, but just like everyone else who did, people swore that he was crazy and completely dismissed everything he said. He claimed Epstein was involved in kidnapping celebrities, placing them in passed-away celebrities' bodies, and mistreating them on a private little beach. Apparently, the reason why Epstein was able to get away with this for so long is that these celebrities were supposed to be dead. No one ever suspected. He also confirmed the long-standing conspiracy theory that Epstein isn't dead.
Jeffrey Epstein created this saga, and this is what he is great at doing. He's great at kidnapping someone, turning them into putting them in a celebrity's body, and screwing the life out of them after he makes a ton of money off of their ass on his private little beach. So you have a private little beach full of celebrities and bodies getting screwed, and nobody cares because they're supposed to be dead. And this has been a major market that he tried to blame on Oprah Winfrey.
But he wasn't done, y'all. According to Orlando, Epstein had also been in cahoots with Nickelodeon Disney to supply under 18-year-olds to powerful Hollywood elites in the industry. He also went into details about a supposed Hollywood ritual that involves doing demeaning things to a person through their backside for a prolonged period of time. When this ritual happens, the victim gets something he calls panda eyes. Oh, and remember those rumors about CT victims being passed off to big companies and being used for TV commercials? Orlando claims those are not just rumors, they are facts.
Panda, like I was telling you, panda. So you got panda panda is a secret code for a certain thing. And so when it comes down to that certain thing, it's so what it is you basically have a certain nerve in your rectum, and if you touch that nerve, you can turn a person into an animal. You can turn a person into whatever you want them to be if you just hold them down. So pretty much when you see black eyes like Blueface, and you know that he got beat up, but he didn't get beat up where you thought he got beat up. He got beat up somewhere else. Okay, and so the eyes come out, and they call them panda eyes, and they do this to. So you see people with these cigars, and they're you know, all these big celebrities. They all have the cigar in common. That's that big ass thing between their legs that they're sticking in, and it's one big society of it. Now, when it comes down to the selling of there's shipping and people. Adults, the moms, the dads, right there on Target commercials, right there on Walmart commercials. And you're looking at the people that are missing, and they're smiling like they're happy, but they're going back to hell. And that's really what it is, you know,
Now, even though the industry has been trying to convince us that he was crazy, now with those files out, people were quickly realizing the things he said directly correlate with all the evidence we have now. And the crazy part is, he said it way before—
Why did Jeffrey Epstein purchase 330 gallons of sulfuric acid in 2018? Well, he damn well wasn't cleaning his pool, and I'll give you 3 things about it. Thing number 1. On the exact day the FBI opened its sex trafficking investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, he purchased 6 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid to be delivered to his private island. Sulfuric acid is a highly corrosive chemical that can be used to melt bone and destroy biological evidence. Can you think of a legitimate reason a man that works in finance would need 6 drums of sulfuric acid? I can't either. Unfortunately, what we are learning gets way creepier. During that same time period, Steve Bannon, a longtime associate of both Epstein and Trump, rented a house in Florida. His former landlord reported to authorities that a jacuzzi in the home Bannon rented was completely destroyed by acid. In addition, the same house had padlocks installed on interior doors, while other doors were removed completely. The picture that is becoming more and more clear is that we aren't just looking at a bunch of wealthy creeps operating with total impunity. We are looking at a massive criminal network that may be responsible for the rape and murder of hundreds of women and children. Thing number 2, the timing and the details suggest a massive, coordinated effort to dispose of bodies and destroy physical evidence. Epstein's correspondence from the first Trump administration makes it clear he knew he was a liability to the president and dozens of other public figures. Epstein purchased enough acid to dissolve organic matter the moment the feds started knocking on his door. He knew his time was up. This points to a year-long campaign to dispose of bodies and erase the physical reality of his crimes before his very suspicious death in federal prison. The fact that the system allowed him this amount of time and the resources to scrub the crime scene points to how far this network of co-conspirators reached. Thing number 3, when we talk about getting justice for the victims of Trump and Epstein's vast trafficking network, we cannot stop at prosecuting the predators of the victims who survived to tell their story. We have to investigate everything and everyone to get justice for countless children who did not make it out. This means publicly identifying every co-conspirator, every person who looked the other way, every location used to facilitate these crimes. We cannot consider this case closed until we have a full accounting of every life lost and every person who played a part in their disappearance.
Some of the Epstein files were just released. I found a section of a whole bunch of pictures. A lot of them are redacted for the girls, to protect the girls' identities. Then there are some like this, soap on a rope, lather up P word. It's a P word shaped soap. There's more, hold on. Pictures like this of the massage tables. A lot of picture frames with the photos redacted. There are ones like this and this. Then they start to get triggering. This. 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 Now you have to remember they're blacked out because it's something that we shouldn't see with minors, to protect these victims. And the next photo really just breaks my heart. This is a man on rocks and everything else is blacked out. There's a few pictures like this of this man doing whatever he's doing to whoever is blocked out on these rocks near the ocean. And my heart just breaks for these girls. This is the Trump signed check. I'll be posting again. I'm going to go through more of these and see what I can find and weed out the ones that I can't post. But so far, this is what I've seen, and I am disgusted.
So I just noticed something funny. Here's Ghislaine before she was arrested, okay? I want you to look at her eyes, okay? And then here's a picture of Ghislaine after she's been in prison for some time. I just want you to look at her eyes. And fuck it, look at her hair too. Hair, eyes. Who the fuck is this? Who's this? There's a reason why she had a grown out bob. It's because it takes a good amount of skill to cut hair like this. Suddenly they're gonna have her give testimony and she has her her trademark haircut back, but she's wearing glasses for the first time ever. If you Google Ghislaine Maxwell wearing glasses, you might find one picture of her wearing these skinny little sunglasses, but this is the only photograph of her wearing glasses. And she has eyelids. Hooded eyes. She's in custody here. We know she didn't get an upper blepharoplasty while she's been in custody, right? So who the fuck is this man? Who is that? These aren't the same person. Whose nose is that? This haircut also makes it very convenient to hide the forehead area, because then we'd be able to say, hey, whose eyebrows are those? Because look at her eyebrows. Cousins, not sisters, sisters, not twins. I don't know who the fuck's eyebrows those are. Huh? This looks like a person who is wearing like a prosthetic chin as well, trying to like achieve this shape. This is... I don't know who the fuck this is. At some point, when they did that transfer, I have a feeling this woman got her freedom. Because as Pamela Jo Bondi said in that hearing, she wasn't transferred to a lower security prison. Bullshit, but that's what she said. So if we're going to take her at her word and it wasn't a transfer to a lower security, why'd you transfer her? Why transfer her at all? Was it an opportunity to swap out bodies? Because this is what she looked like. There's someone doing an interview with her on like the video calls in the jail, and her hair was like this. And even in that video, she's not wearing fucking glasses. So who the fuck is this? She went to the minimum security and got glasses and got a hairdresser to cut her hair like this too. All of that footage they released too of her sitting in her jail cell and then like getting up and like doing some stretches and then reading a book. She didn't have this haircut. She had her hair in a short bob in a ponytail. But this is the haircut that she was known for. So when they're doing something that they knew was going to be televised, they give her her fucking iconic haircut back because she's not in jail anymore. This is a fucking joke. Look at the eyelids. No one goes from having hooded eyes their entire fucking life, going to prison with hooded eyes, and then miraculously, after a little transfer of venue, no more hooded eyes. This is a fucking prosthetic face. I don't know what the fuck this is. And she also suddenly like lost her vision. I'm going on a loop now, but this is just so unbelievable to me. I mean, it's not even the same nose. I understand that with weight fluctuation, noses can change a little bit, but look, I don't know if this is called the bridge or whatever this line is, but that's just completely gone. I haven't even seen that in pregnant women. It changes, but it looks like fundamentally the same. She's not pregnant. And again, if we're saying that this is weight gain related, her nose, more reason why her hooded eyes would not disappear. This is a fucking joke. They continue to play in our faces. I need to go to bed. And I remembered one more thing. There was a British person breaking down her accent. And there were words that she said here in this little statement that she was going to like assert her Fifth Amendment privilege. They said that it sounded Scottish, like a Scottish accent. I think she got exactly what she wanted, and this administration couldn't give it to her without losing all of their supporters. So they gave it to her and then put whoever this fucking dude is in her place to give that statement. I mean, the camera couldn't have been farther from her face, too. I don't know if you saw. It's like the end of like a long table. And that looks like a wig the more I look at it. This is ridiculous.